Welcome back to another episode of the Hear Us Out podcast, where we have an honest conversation about life and answer your burning questions. We love trying new things, and we know some of our audience will feel the same way. Today, we'll be talking about our experiences in extracurriculars. My name is Heidi, and here with me today are...
Hi, I'm Jenais.
Experiences in extracurriculars. My name is Heidi, and here with me today are...
Hi, I'm Jenais.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. So let's begin today's topic with our highs and lows. Which one of you wants to go first?
I can go, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so this week has,
what a great... is that adverb? Is that what that is?
Adjective?
Adjective,
Mundane.
yeah, sorry.
Mundane is like ordinary. I think it's like what is it? Is it
It's
a
an
noun?
adjective. It's an adjective.
Oh, I don't know, and I'm taking an AP English courses here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think my high would be, I guess my high and low is the same thing. Okay, so my high is the clock's going back an hour because I always like staying up to see the clock go from 1:59 to 1. It's like satisfying. But my low is that it gets dark so early now, like it'll be 6 p.m. and it's pitch black outside, which I don't like personally. So
it feels like the day's about to end, but it's not.
Yeah, but the good thing is that winter is coming up, which means Christmas is coming up, which is also a very good thing.
Very, very good thing.
I agree. It's different. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna say the weather where we live has been really nice.
Yes.
I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my high. My low is probably canceled Halloween.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Halloween didn't even feel like Halloween this year.
I'm gonna go with the same thing Heidi said. The weather has been super nice. It's finally nice. It's finally nice. It's nice to finally get a break from like all the heat. It won't last that long, but while it does, it's really nice.
I mean, winters here aren't that bad, so it might last.
They're not that bad. It's just that like they switch up at like the last second.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like one day it's like 40, the next day it's like 80.
Okay, so moving on to today's topic, which is extracurriculars. Who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first. So, I know that we've been in quarantine, but I still have been volunteering, and I think we all volunteer at a local camp that how am I supposed to word this? At a local camp that how am I supposed to word this?
Caters.
At a local camp that caters towards diabetic children.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really fun.
It is really fun. It's also really rewarding to see how happy the kids are, like when we help them.
It's technically 2 summers ago now, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
We volunteered at this camp that kind of for not specifically for only diabetic children, but they wanted to give people who did have diabetes a normal kid experience. And we volunteered there. It was super fun, super cool. Getting to meet all the kids. And I think they still are doing some events. Like they're much more closed off nowadays, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Heidi got to volunteer recently, which sounded really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fun, although I did have to wake up at 6 a.m. But whenever I think of it, because in order to work with diabetic children, you have to understand the condition, and you have to understand how to take care of them and take care of their needs. So we were at a training, all three of us, right? And Alyssa's sister, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were all at a training.
Oh, I know where you're going for.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were all at a training.
Oh, I know where you're going
educating
for.
us. Yeah. And diabetic people have to prick themselves with a needle. I believe every day, a couple times a day, just to check their blood sugar, make sure that everything's going good.
Yeah. Well, I believe there's other methods too, but that's one of the main ones.
It's the the easiest one, the most convenient.
Yeah, I know that there's like some sort of technology that like does it for you, but we did it like old school. And obviously we went into this camp not thinking that we would have to do any of these things because we're not diabetic.
Yeah.
I was perfectly fine with it, but
the coordinator was like, oh yeah, so today the coordinator was like, today you guys are gonna try it out and picking yourself and try cooking yourself just to see what these kids go through and how it feels.
Yeah, how to do it, like, in case the child does need to check their, like, blood sugar.
Yeah. And I'm glad they did that to us, but we were very like unaware like that was happening because all of a sudden you see everyone's faces go pale. Like all of the volunteers go pale.
Well, actually, not everyone. Some people were
Okay,
like,
Alyssa, we understand, but I was
me. I was talking about
Me
the
too.
volunteers who were already diabetic.
Yes, but
They were they were like, oh, okay, like it was something normal, but the rest of us were like, oh, what a surprise.
So
you can go. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying I think they did that for us, for the volunteers, because so we know what they go through, and we can feel for them. Because as a volunteer, as a CIT, that's what we were. It's really important to understand children because that's who you're going to be dealing with for a set amount of time. But yeah, so yeah, I was very scared.
It actually, I know that Alyssa's gonna say that it didn't hurt because I don't even know why. It hurt a lot. And your sister,
y'all did, but it did not hurt.
Your sister was freaking out so much, and when
dizzy.
she was like, she almost fell over after she.
Yeah, my sister's always been not a very big fan of needles. Even when we would have to get shots when we were younger, she would like always freak out beforehand. But I don't know, like obviously I felt something, and it wasn't like, oh, that was nice, but like it didn't hurt that bad.
It did. It was a needle, and I saw the needle like prick through your skin and go all the way into it, and like.
But it didn't hurt horribly. Like it was just like a second of pain, and then it went away.
Yeah, it went away after.
It was temporary pain, but it still was pain that we were not expecting.
Overall, I understand why they made us do it.
Yeah, it makes like
I'm very grateful because now I know what they go through, and I get to learn about diabetes.
Exactly.
So yes, anyone else want to explain about their extracurriculars?
I guess I can talk about Girl Scouts, which is very fun. I've been in I think I've mentioned this in our hobbies episode, but I've been in Girl Scouts for about 8 years now, and it's
Jenais is a true Girl Scout. She didn't drop out after middle school. She's like, I'm staying.
Yes.
Yeah,
so good at your college application.
Yeah, it's not just the fact that what we do is fun. I'm like attached to the people in my troop because I've known them since I was like 7. So we grew up together, yeah. And we do a lot of things, as you can imagine, in Girl Scouts. Like we volunteered at the Rainbow Room, which is an organization for teens and children who grew up in abusive homes and have to leave because of CPS, and they stay in this facility, and we've donated clothes there. We've walked around the facility, met the children and all that stuff. And we've also like camped. We've done imagine people in Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts have done. If you want to join, I highly recommend because it's really eye-opening and it's very fun.
It's a good experience too.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I was in Girl Scouts for like a year, and I was so young I hardly remember what I did.
Same. I was like in Girl Scouts for me.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I was in Girl Scouts for like a year, and I was so young I hardly remember what I did.
Same. I was like in Girl Scouts for maybe like a few months in the summer, and then I dropped out.
Well, y'all should rejoin.
The reason I have like thought it would be cool to be in like Girl Scouts like right now, because you could really be younger. It's just fun and games. But I think the reason is because I had transferred schools, so like I was like Girl Scouts wasn't the first thing on my mind when I transferred, and I just never got into it again. But we can all agree that the Girl Scouts cookies are so good.
Yes.
Every year, like less than compared to high school, but there's a couple compared to middle school. I mean, but there's a couple people who still sell them, and they sell out very fast. They're so good.
They do, and also from the perspective of someone who sells them, it teaches you a lot about marketing. Like especially since you sell them since you're like 9 years old. It teaches like a little kid about how to handle the business aspect of things, and yeah.
No, no, I was talking, but I realized that I was on mute.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
You know, I used to think that the Girl Scouts themselves made the cookies.
Oh
Turns out
no.
they didn't,
no.
but that was one disappointment in my life.
We do
I
know how
ain't
to make them.
complaining.
We know how to do the like.
I'm not complaining. Those Thin Mints, the thanks a
know.
I'm
lot,
not complaining though.
so
They're
good.
still very good. Like
Y'all
I'll
should.
still buy them.
Yes,
I'll buy them
remember
regardless.
And
in
like,
February. In February, remember.
and like, I don't even
Exactly.
really like coconut, and yet I love the caramel
Love.
delights, and I don't coconut anywhere else except for
Me
really?
too. I don't eat it, and I eat the caramel delights from the box.
Really. You guys are making me want to get Girl Scout cookies right now.
I will
But
let you know when I have
Caramel
them.
Delights, they call them Samoas in
Oh
like
yeah.
other.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I was like, what?
He's like, what is that?
I was like, what?
He's like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess it's like one of those like regional things.
And also in high school, since a lot of people drop out of Girl Scouts in high school, it's very beneficial because when I walk into the school with like 2 bags of cookies, they go out in 10 minutes.
Everybody like I think last year when we were still going to school, there was like one other girl and she was like a junior who was selling them because of I don't know if she was still in there or if she had a relative. But
Yeah.
Jenais was like the only one in our grade selling them, and people would like run to her. Like they would run for orders. She would come in with 2 bags, and before
Oh my
like all the cookies you
gosh.
brought were pre-ordered. You never bought any to sell at school. They were all
I
pre-ordered.
know.
And
And
then
like
when they would see you with the bags, they'd be like, "Oh, on Monday or on tomorrow, can you bring me this and can you bring me this?" And you'd be like, "Sure."
I know, like I would have to bring not 5, at least like 7 boxes in each bag, and these in my backpack and my schoolwork.
Yeah, and I remember I ordered like a
She's
thanks a lot and
multitasking.
like I remember I ordered like a thanks a lot and the Thin Mint from Jenais. And I took the bus last year, so I got there really early, and Jenais drove to school on her own.
Oh
She
yeah.
got there a little bit later. I was just waiting, and when she got here, I looked in her bag, and I was like, "Where are they?" Because I knew you had like 10 people wanting some.
I know. So
So
hectic.
yeah.
It
And
was
then
fun though.
I saw
It was
you,
fun.
it was really well. Yeah, I could tell you had fun, but I remember I saw you, and then I went like somewhere like to my locker or something. I saw you, and then I went like somewhere like to my locker or something. I came back, and the rest of them were practically gone. So
I know.
that's why I was
Crazy.
running.
The only time I run is for food.
Oh, literally same. Like I honestly think that when they make us do the mile or the 5K, if our coach was at the end of the track with like Chick-fil-A or something for all
Oh
of
my
us,
gosh.
I would actually try to run.
Oh yes, I would not fail the mile run that time. I will not fail. I will
Yeah.
go for it.
I will not be speed walking. I will be running.
I'm saying the mile was always something else, especially with like the weather. It was
They always make us do it when it's either unbearably hot or unbearably humid. It's never in between. It's
or
never
both.
a nice day. Yeah.
No, it's never a nice day because and like they actually try to get it on a nice day, but the weather just gets so bipolar that like
I know.
and then at one point it's like hot and then we're like it's so hot, can we wait till it's cold? And they're like, honestly, I don't think it's gonna get any colder than this from this point on, so let's just do it today.
I know.
Those people, it's the only time I want to have PE first period.
Did I have a first period last
Probably
year?
did like in the 7th grade or something.
I did in the 7th
I
grade.
had
I
a first
remember.
period, a second period. I liked having it in the mornings because
Oh
in
yeah.
both of the years I was in PE, I had them all in the morning, and I really liked it. But I hated because I hate how I'm not like, who do you think I am? Like
They
I can
give
get
you 5
minutes.
minutes?
They only gave us 5 minutes, and I was like, what
Oh.
are you thinking? I
Yeah,
cannot.
know.
especially if you come
5
from a
minutes.
class really far away. it's like I need more time.
Exactly. So I wouldn't have time to like properly, like get into myself again, and all read in my next class and unable to focus. So PE teachers, please give your children enough time to change. They're not.
Yeah, they
But
give us 10. They give us 10 minutes or 15. 10
Yeah,
to
in high school
15.
they've given us a lot more time. I've actually been lucky with that. Like in the 7th grade, I had it 4th period. So
Oh.
there was yeah, well, it was very
is that
hot.
worse?
Very hot. I had it 4th period.
Oh.
So there was yeah, well, it was
Is that
very
is that
hot.
worse?
Very hot. Yeah, it was worse,
I would
but like
hate that.
for changing, it was fine because after we had no rush to get to class or anything, we
Oh,
just
that's
changed really
true.
slowly. And then these
Ah,
past 2
pros
years,
and
like
cons.
in the 8th grade and in my freshman year, I had it second period lunch right afterward because we have block schedules, so it's just first period and second period and lunch. So it was never a rush to. It's always
I
like, especially after you're running, you're just so tired and sloppy.
I know that's the bad thing. I've had it first period for last year and in 7th grade, and it was good because it was in the morning and all day ahead of me. And so I was like exhausted and sweaty
You
and I had the
smell.
whole day. Thank
The
you. Yeah.
bad thing about last year was
Not
that
you, not you. I'm like people usually smell.
Oh yeah.
I'm not you. I don't think you smell, but
I always used perfume because I was scared of that.
I never used
exactly,
perfume.
exactly. And then the
And
locker room exactly. And then the
and
locker room smell like Bath and Body Works and sweaty.
yeah,
Yeah.
the only thing that wasn't the best about PE, like when I had it second period last year, was we would eat outside. And like some days it was like nice, like because of winter or whatever. But some days it was still hot. And like while normally I wouldn't really mind since we were in the shade. Since I had just run, I was already like very hot and wanted to cool down. But I would have to eat outside and just be like, it was
Yeah.
like very hot.
Well,
Also,
speaking.
oh,
Go,
no, you can go. It's okay.
Jenna. You take it away.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, speaking about like the short changing times and stuff, I was thinking it reminded me of dance and how when we have our performances, we have very short costume changes, and that's what taught me how to change very quickly because just do your dance, you come off stage, there's one dance which is maximum 2 minutes, and then you have to be on stage again. So, and those costumes can be really hard to put on, so you have to like rush out. But
That's annoying. And it also smells. I don't know. I'm so like deterred away from people's smell. Like
but
that's annoying. And it also smells. I don't know. I'm so like deterred away from people's smell. Like not the people. It's just like the combined aroma of
a dressing
sweat
room,
and
yeah,
perfume.
it's
Girl,
no, Heidi. I think it mostly smells like hairspray. That's all like hairspray. That's all I can smell all the
honestly,
time.
yeah, no, it's a mix of smells. I will say. Definitely like a very distinguished type of smell in the air.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of dances, I remember I went to you and Heidi's recital once,
Mhm.
and I don't really know what the issue was. Like the music wasn't coming on, and Heidi was like on the dance before, and you had to like pose in the background and wait for like a dancer to come on to continue the dance. But since the music never started, like you and everyone else was just staying in your pose, and I was just thinking, and I was
Oh my
like,
gosh,
I was talking to Maddie who was there with me, and like, how are they perfectly still smiling? It's been like 5 minutes, and they're still like
I
perfectly in
totally remember
place.
that. I just remembered that when you're mentioning it. Oh my gosh, what did you see again? Like just people just like sitting there.
What did what?
So you just like saw us all standing there.
Yeah, like they're all
Oh,
you're just standing there like perfectly in position, smiling still. Anyway, I remember thinking and telling Maddie, and Maddie, I'm pretty sure she was there too, that like wow, Heidi has like some strong calves and she can hold that position for that long. And
Mhm.
arms, like your arms were up and you're like perfect, still smiling.
remember, remember, the show must go on. That's what they
Yeah,
teach you. The show must go on.
yeah. I was in dance for like a year, and then that's pretty much it. And I was really young for that too, so I don't
Mhm.
remember much. And I
I
don't think
mean,
I ever did get to perform in a recital. Maybe I did and I don't remember, but I don't think so.
I really like this sport because or art. I don't know. Wait.
no, it's a sport. It's both.
No, I feel like it's a sport because like you do exercise a lot in it.
Yes,
Like
Oh,
beforehand
exactly.
to warm up.
It's a sport and an art. It's one of the very few sports that's also an art.
That's true. Well, what made
flex.
it fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's very fun. We shall not get into the
Speaking,
details.
I was gonna say, but I was gonna say speaking of extracurriculars, even though that is already the topic. But I'm pretty sure all of us are still in it. Well, for me have been in piano.
Yes.
I remember there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about with piano. I remember for our recitals in piano, like they would tell you, okay, you need to stand right next to the piano. You need to bow. You need to say, hello, my name is, and this is what I will be playing. Then bow again, then sit down playing. When you're done, you say thank you and bow again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would get so nervous. I could barely like.
I would
speak
twitch
there.
your legs.
when I would get up there, I could like barely like speak loud enough, and then I was like expected to bow. I felt like that was like weird because like it wasn't typical to bow in like other extracurriculars, especially when it's your first time. I thought everyone was gonna judge me, but like everyone else was doing it too. But yeah, it was crazy. You have to say your name and thank you and all this and do this and do that.
It's a whole introduction. We were all on piano. Me, Jenais, and Alyssa, we were all on piano at one point.
I feel like
I'm still in it.
most
I'm
people
still
were all
in
in
it too.
piano at one point. I'm not in piano anymore, but
You quitter.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
And chess. Wow, Alyssa.
Oh my god. We're not. We're
well, chess is a little bit different because chess is a little bit different because
no, aren't you still in chess?
Technically, it's really weird because after I switched, I joined in like 7th and 8th grade, but it wasn't the same because it was like in my old school, it was a private school, so they like provided you with like a coach who actually taught you and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And the other one, it's more like in like a public school, it's more like you have a teacher who is just overseeing you and you're kind of on your own. Yeah. So like while I was technically okay, this is cool, and the other one, it's more like in like a public school, it's more like you have a teacher who is just overseeing you and you're kind of on your own. Yeah. So like while I was technically in the club, I didn't advance as much as I had like in my old school.
Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Like,
oh wait,
why not?
But so like, and I didn't really compete as much because of other things that were going on in my life. And then in 9th grade, our high school that year when I entered my freshman year had gotten a new superintendent. Now I don't know if this is why it happened, but I'm assuming that. And Jenais, you remember too. All the clubs took forever to get approved. I don't know if it's because of the new superintendent or who knows what, but chess club got approved, and me and Julie, who was also in chess with me in our old school, were like, oh, might as well check it out, try and join, because it had been a while, right? It had been a whole semester. And then we joined, and then the week after was spring break, and we all know what happened break.
Corona! Yay!
Oh my.
So now it was just always very complicated. Wow. I haven't been in it, like competed and played like I used to, but I still have some sort of a connection with it.
That's good. So you like don't completely lose it, because chess makes you smart. And like Alyssa, you have a very like balanced. Very very happy life, right? You play and then you work, because you're in art, right? And that's like
I'm in art. I really like art.
About art.
Huh?
Talk about your arts.
My arts. My art is going good. My art is going good. I really like it. We all have had like elective art in school. And while that does teach you other things, they didn't really like teach me like certain ways to do certain things. And in this one, since it's a little bit more personal because there's not that many kids in my class, I get to ask like, oh, can you show me, to kind of do what I want to do instead of like in an elective where they're like, okay, you have to paint like a sunset and turn it in, and it has to have these colors. Like you're kind of restricted. And while I still enjoy drawing, here I can just kind of do what I want to do, even though I kind of struggle with coming up with things that I want to do still. I get to be like, oh, I want to try practicing using. I get to be like, oh, I want to try practicing using this type of paint and this type of paint and this type of brush, and So I have a lot more freedom, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, I think tying into that, we all did. I think it was last summer. We all. I mean, no. Wait, it's November, right? So last summer was summer 2020.
Yes, technically speaking.
Oh, okay, so no. 2 summers ago. Yeah. We all did an art camp. That was really fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so
Oh,
I think you should know you're on mute. Okay, maybe
Oh,
it's not your
oh,
purpose.
oh. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, what Jenais was saying, no, it's okay. That art camp was really fun.
it
It's
was.
really
You,
fun. I
me,
love art.
it was Heidi, Jenais, me, and Maddie. We went.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
it was so fun. Like we got to learn like this whole different type of art, and it was only a
Yeah,
week, but it was. We would like go out afterward when we had the luxury to do that.
Yeah, and I remember that we like ordered pizza.
Yeah, we did. We ordered a
That was
pizza
so
and cinnamons. We ordered anything. We felt so independent because we
because
called in the order.
because we were planning on going out like for ice cream or something afterwards, so we had brought money with us. And there was this other girl who was also in it. That's how small it was. It was literally only 5 people. But I really
Mhm.
I really liked it that way. Lots of like
Yeah,
conversations with each other with the teacher too.
and that's why
You
they
know,
let us.
I
Yeah,
Conversations with each other with the teacher too.
and that's why
you
they
know
let us
I
buy food.
I
and
really I really like smaller
older
groups.
kids. Yeah, I really like smaller groups too. It's because at the same time there was a class going on for younger kids, like really little kids, but we were in a
Mhm.
different group for a class like for us. And we asked, and they're like, "Oh yeah." And we asked, and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you want, you can order pizza." And so we ordered a pizza. I remember I was like embarrassed because Heidi and Jenais wanted to give all their coins as change, as a tip to the guy delivering it. I was like, he's gonna think it's such a hassle, but it was fine in the end. And I remember
I know, and they're like hide your pizza, but the
there was like
smell, like they could smell it. It
I
was so
know. I felt so bad, but I also didn't because it was really good. So
yeah,
and we did pay for it. So
yeah, we did pay for it. You're right.
our own money, but we did give them
great
the
memories.
cinnamon sticks in the end. They were
I
so
love
happy.
art.
I love art too.
It has like a creative outlet.
Mhm.
Okay, anyways, we've been talking for too long, so I think we should go on to the motivational quote, right, guys, or no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Imagine if you said no. Okay.
What? No.
Actually, let's skip that this week.
Yes, so today's quote is the secret to getting ahead is getting started. So, yes.
Sorry, whatever it is you want to do, just get started.
Follow your dreams, kids.
Yes. No, but actually, like, a lot of times I think I want to do something, or like, for example, in art, I think, like, oh, I'm never going to get to that level. And I know that, like, with practice and experience, you will get there, but I just think it's going to take me, like, so long and everything. And I'm like, well, might as well just start, you know? Like, time
Exactly.
goes by so fast. It's already November. If like
Mhm.
you had been starting or doing what you wanted to do or practicing since the start of quarantine, you would have come very far. So like while at the time it seems like forever, it'll eventually pay off.
Yeah.
Is Heidi muted again? Heidi, are you doing that on
That's
purpose?
no, it's because Janae has like an echo because her volume's up. Because who's wearing headphones? I am.
I
Oh,
am.
oh
Who's
well.
not wearing headphones?
Okay.
Sorry, Heidi.
It's fine, Heidi.
I was
It's
just wondering
okay.
if you were like talking to someone or something, and I was like interrupting you.
Huh? What happened?
I was wondering if like you muted because you were talking to someone or doing something, and I was interrupting you.
Oh no, I was muted because I didn't want to like catch background noise in case something happened. So I only needed to talk.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, but I was saying what Alyssa said was worded very nicely because like like real talk, like get started if you really have the passion to do so, because you only live once.
You do. Yes.
Yes. Yes. And years or not years, like yes. And years or not years, like in time from now, if it's especially something you really want to do, you're gonna be thanking yourself.
Mhm.
Exactly. So Alyssa, take it out with our intro.
Intro.
Outro.
You mean outro?
Oh,
Yes.
did I say intro?
Yes.
Well,
Phobic.
Oh my god, I
is
don't
that what
even.
it's called?
No, it's called homophobic. Oh my
But not
god.
LGBT people are homosexuals,
Oh my
That's
god.
true. I mean,
right?
I guess
Well,
technically, I mean, everyone knew what you meant, but like,
no, there's homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, and
So
etc.
The word for everything phobia LGBT related.
You just say homophobia. That like
No, because
I
that doesn't
guess people
apply.
just assume homophobia is towards the entire community.
yeah,
in
people.
general,
That's
even though
people
technically it's
in the
by word
community.
it's not. It's just assumed.
Okay, then we are basing things off of assumptions. We love that.
Love that.
This episode. Thank you all so much for listening, and special thanks to those who keep up with our Instagram. We hope to keep interacting with you guys, our listeners, and feel free to email us questions, topics, or comments at hearusouththepodcast@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at hearusouth.official. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Yay, goodbye, guys.